I have to confess, I don't watch hardly any film. I used to more. I'm a dad now. Most parents will understand. You just tend to watch the films that your kids want to watch for as long as they want to watch it. And if I try watching something myself, I've usually got somebody crawling on my head or pulling me this way or jumping on me here.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to Good Times. Now, Bagheera is indeed the dark knight of the jungle. Now, Kipling described him as a guy who's reckless, he's bold, he's soft, but you wouldn't want to mess with him. So how much of Bagheera is in you?
Well, you would hope that there's that, wouldn't you? I mean, I think that the animals make up a whole mixture of facets of humans, but you'd hope there's a lot of Bagheera there because he's someone who's been able to overcome the pain of his upbringing and seeing his mother die and all of that, and instead of, and unlike Shere Khan, Bagheera has taken that pain and turned it into something that's positive and turned it into love, whereas Shere Khan is filled with bitterness and hatred from his wounds. And he does describe him as cunning, reckless at times, bold, but he's like a spiritual guide in some ways to Mowgli here. You know, he's a big brother. He calls Mowgli a little brother, and so he's a very noble creature, very, very capable, but doesn't beat his chest about that. So he's a good role model.
And could you relate with him?
Yeah, the better parts of me can relate with him. Yeah.
And you're someone who's known to get under the skin of his characters, literally. So when you were to do Bagheera, was it a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I've never had to play an animal, and so I'm just observing panther movements. Learning from Andy, who's a real masterful at the performance capture. Learning from him about what's important, what's not, and ultimately it just comes down to acting, and you get to act with other people, unlike just standing in front of a mic for the voice work. It's fun also, but you don't get to change your performance based on what Andy's doing or based on what Rohan is doing. And you get to have that wonderful sort of insanity of creativity for a few days. And you just got to get used to this ring of cameras around your head and stop banging into people with that.
So performance capture technology for an actor so used to live action, is it daunting or is it liberating?
It's liberating in the final product, right? Because you can get transformed into anything, right? That's out of my hands. That's down to the absolute wizardry of the effects gentlemen and women. It's just different. It's just a different form, and it's nice. Change is as good as a rest. It's nice to try something different.
True. And also, you are the master of physical transformations, from American Psycho, playing Bruce Wayne, the machinist. Now we've got this movie Bagheera. I mean, though there was not physical transformation, but backseat. Is it easy for you to slip in and out of characters, or does it take its toll on you?
Well, no, it does take its toll. I mean, I'm 44 now. I think if I keep doing that, I'm going to have serious consequences to it. And you start to feel less immortal as you get older, and the aches and pains, everything starts to hurt, and it doesn't go away so quickly. So I think I have to start watching more that. But obsession is certainly something that's enjoyable, that is positive in what I do. And it's nice to be able to look in the mirror and not see yourself. I've always enjoyed that, because different people have different approaches to acting, but mine is always I try to take myself completely out of it.
So from the eccentric Patrick Bateman to playing Dick Cheney in Backseat, what makes Christian Bale tick?
A challenge, really. It's a challenge of thinking, oh, that might be impossible. And if it's just sort of within the realms, if it's still in the galaxy of possible, maybe just about to leave that galaxy, you're like, oh, let's give it a shot. Let's see if I can achieve that. And also the sort of, it's quite tantalizing to think that you're going to fail as well. I think that's always a good thing because it stops you from playing it safe.
Do you still have those insecurities that I might fail? I mean, after...
Oh, I think it's important to maintain those insecurities because otherwise you start making easy choices.
It's true that. So what would you want to tell all those people who look at you as an inspiration, have stars in their eyes? What is that one word of advice you would like to give them?
When you start making a fool of yourself is when you start to do something interesting.
And when you are here in India, you had shot for Batman as well. So what's the experience been like in our country? And are you familiar with our cinema as well?
I have to confess, I don't watch hardly any film. I used to more. I'm a dad now. Most parents will understand. You just tend to watch the films that your kids want to watch for as long as they want to watch it. And if I try watching something myself, I've usually got somebody crawling on my head or pulling me this way or jumping on me here.
True.
And you don't get much time. I will again at some point in the future, but right now I'm sort of in a film-free zone as well. But, you know, doing the much healthier thing of actually living life with the people right around me instead of watching other people. But it's a wonderful medium. It's a fantastic form of storytelling. I'm very honoured to be able to be a part of it and fortunate for that.
Thank you so much for speaking to Good Times. And what is your idea of a good time?
My idea of a good time is actually what I've just been through. I just brought my family, brought my daughter, my son, my wife. We came here. We've been here for 4 days. We travelled around from Delhi to Agra to Jaipur, and then just arrived in Mumbai. And it's just wonderful to be away with your family where you can just be together for all that amount of time, but experiencing new stories, meeting new people, new cultures.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, and want to see more of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.